I've often said that from now on in America, any definition of a successful life must include service to others. CFC is the largest employee charity drive in the world and offers all of us a chance to support agencies that meet a wide variety of needs.
That we'll find one another in that big somewhere out there. And even though I know how very far apart we are, it helps to think we might be wishing on the same bright star.
And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath the same big sky. Somewhere out there, if Lord can see us through, then we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true. Helps to think we might be wishing on the same bright star. And when the night wind starts to sing a lonesome lullaby, it helps to think we're sleeping underneath the same big sky. Somewhere out there, if love can see us through, we'll be together somewhere out there, out where dreams come true.
And for all those you helped, let me offer heartfelt thanks. Thank you for all the hard work you do for your country, and God bless you.
Well, like I said, remember, whatever it is you do in life, don't do it just with love. That's not enough. Don't do it just with conviction. That's not enough. Do it with real passion. Do it with some commitment to passion, and you'll be a happy person. Thanks for letting me come by.
Just wait and see.
whenever I go back to visit my old school or I talk to a group of students, I'm always amazed at how much has changed since I was their age. They're growing up in a world that's high-tech, fast-paced, where it seems like we're becoming more and more isolated from each other. Some people even say that we've lost a sense of what it means to be part of a community. You know, a place where neighbor helps neighbor. I don't agree. You know, it's been my experience that Americans are unique because we do show that we care about others. Me, I've been lucky most of my life. Society's been good to me, and at the risk of sounding pretentious, I've always wanted to give a little something back. So why don't you join me? Let me show you just a few of the ways that we can make the world a better place to live by giving to the combined federal campaign. Chief Ronald Buchanan is an inspector at the Naval Base in Charleston, South Carolina. Every year he gave to the CFC, never imagining that one day he would benefit from the services he helped support. That was before Hurricane Hugo tore the roof off of his house.
It was just amazing the amount of damage that Hugo did to the people's lives around here.
Hugo left Chief Buchanan, his wife, 2 sons, and newborn daughter without a home and nowhere to turn. But thanks to emergency relief efforts supported by the CFC, the Buchanans are living in a donated trailer while they begin to rebuild their home and their lives.
Picture yourself in the situation we're at now. No insurance, very limited funding, and then picture yourself with a helping hand coming to help you.
If we had to do it again, I'll be glad to know that they're there waiting for us to lend us a hand when it's really needed.
The organizations that you help fund through the combined federal campaign are not only there when disasters like hurricanes and earthquakes strike, they're helping to solve some of today's toughest problems, like homelessness and drug abuse, supporting agencies that stand up for people whose voices are not always heard, fighting for housing, education, and employment opportunities. CFC-funded agencies are supporting medical research and providing services to combat crippling diseases, working internationally to stem the tide of hunger and malnutrition, not just giving emergency assistance, but providing aid that helps farmers find new ways to grow food and become self-sufficient. And CFC-supported agencies are helping to protect the environment, preserving our forests, rivers, and wildlife, making sure that the world we leave behind to our children is a cleaner, safer place. Most people don't know that I was once a federal employee, too. Yeah, I was a navigator on an old Navy cargo ship during the Korean War. Back then, we didn't have the CFC, and that made it a lot harder to give. But today, federal employees have one of the most efficient and effective ways to give in the world. That's because the CFC keeps operating costs as low as possible, so most of your money goes directly to agencies and programs that make a real difference. Now, your contribution can go to help many different agencies, or you can designate your gift to a specific organization. I've just shown you some of today's big stories: disaster relief, international hunger, the environment. But you know, sometimes the biggest stories are the ones we might not even know about, even if they're right next door to us. For most of his childhood, Terry Morris was abused and neglected by his parents. Then at the age of 14, he was abandoned on a roadside more than 500 miles from his home. And he never saw his family again.
For about 6 weeks, I just roamed the countryside, looking for different places to sleep and basically looking for food to eat. And that's the weirdest feeling in the world, to when you're walking down a street and you have nowhere to go. I had no control over that. You know, I was 14. You know, what could I do? I was in a state that I've never been in before. I had nowhere to turn.
Terry was eventually picked up by the police and placed in a foster care home for boys called the Alpha House. Alpha House director Jerry Clayton remembers that day well.
The first day that Terry came to the Alpha House, he walked down the stairs and made the statement that if anyone would do anything like this for him, that he would show them that he was deserving and that he would pay them back.
It was a part of what I would call my beginning. It gave me a lot of things that I never really had as a child.
One time when I was
It's just something about having somebody there, be there just to talk, anything. It makes all the difference in the world.
Although he was 2 years behind in school, Terry worked hard, and eventually he graduated near the top of his high school class, earning a full scholarship to college. Today, Terry's an electrical engineer at NASA, working on a computer chip that's a critical part of an upcoming space shuttle mission.
It makes me feel really good to see that there's something that I did that's going into space. When I look at it, I'll say, like, I had a part in that. They really, like all the different... When I go back to the Alpha House, I think of the boys and how fortunate they are to be there. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for other individuals that said, hey, I care about you. That helped me more than anything. When you give to the CFC, you help provide the financial assistance that can go into helping people. The discipline helps you. And so I'm like, thank you. My life has made a difference because somebody helped me.
Some people say that the world has changed, that people don't care as much about each other anymore. But I don't buy that. Not when it comes to a country like ours, and not when it comes to people like you. Americans are still pitching in to help others, whether it's across the ocean or across the street. And that's why I'm asking you to give through the CFC, and to thank you for making this world a better place for all of us, every day.
I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you.
Thank you.
And me. You just wait and see.
Thank you.
Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
For all the people you helped by making your pledge today, thank you.